Good morning, everybody. I hope everyone's had a good week, enjoyed our humidity. There's no getting dry here. So who wants to look younger? Anyone here want to anti-age? Okay, maybe not this. Maybe this is an extreme example. So we won't be talking about augmentations and fillers and what have you today. But what we are going to be talking about are stem cells. Aren't those pretty? Those are gorgeous. They look like little stones. These are cells that when babies are conceived, they're the very first cells that we have, our stem cells. And what's unique about these cells, a couple of things, is one, they can grow pretty much any kind of tissue. So most of our cells on our body, like I have a skin cell, is going to divide and replicate itself, but it's only going to grow skin. These cells can grow pretty much any cell, brain cells, muscle cell, bone, and they also regenerate. So let's see the next one. They promote what's called osteogenesis also, which is the formation of new blood vessels, which can help to promote healing. We do get other cells once the fetus is done forming and the baby is done growing. We have all these other cells that we're contending with, so it's not just the stem cells anymore, but there are some left over. There's about 750 million left over in the body, and most of them are stored here in the bone marrow. So these cells help us to heal. They help us to regenerate. If you get a burn, if you get some kind of injury, they can regrow that area and regenerate. And if taken care of properly, they can keep you looking younger for way longer. So there are things that we can do to encourage these to stay healthy and to help us out. And one is to stay hydrated. That is the first thing. Our body is made up of about 70% water, and when we get low on water, nothing works as good. Our body has to struggle to work well. Another big thing is food. What are we eating? So these cells love it when we eat mostly plant-based foods. So all the healthy stuff. And what those do also, these kinds of foods, is they help to repair damaged DNA in our cells. And damaged DNA in cells can grow cancer cells. So it does help also with preventing different kinds of cancer. So what foods do we avoid? All the good stuff. No, these are the foods that our body just unfortunately craves, the sugary, salty things, but these are the things that are going to hurt our whole body, and these are going to help our stem cells to kind of go and hide and not be as active. So any ultra processed food, and flour can fall on that list, especially white flour and sugar. What we do want to do is boost our immune system, because if our immune system is strong and healthy, we can fight off most diseases, and this also helps our stem cells. Avoid sugar, and then of course the obvious, avoid smoking. But when we smoke and our body's trying to heal those lungs, we engage a lot of stem cells, and this can stress them out, and we don't want to do that. So what foods stimulate stem cell? These different foods have chemicals that will actually activate the stem cells and make them be more productive. So we have broccoli sprouts. Those are very concentrated. We have turmeric, ginger, blueberries. We have, they say olive oil, but oil is maybe not the best thing to eat, so we can actually just go for the olives themselves. Walnuts, purple potatoes, and pomegranates. And then we also have drinks that can really boost our stem cell activity. And there's some I'm not gonna name because we shouldn't be drinking coffee. It does boost your stem cells, but it has so many other things that we want to avoid. But I will mention green tea. And you can get this decaffeinated. Now there's certain chemicals they add to it to remove most of the caffeine. It's a balance. Yes, you have these chemicals, but Green tea, it boosts your immune system. It's loaded with antioxidants, which also helps stem cells to be activated, and it prevents a lot of disease and aging, and it can also help your digestion. And there are activities that we can do. You can probably much guess exercise, and that's going to do all of the above. It's going to boost your immune system. It's going to anti-age. It increases your circulation, increases the oxygen that you get in your body. And the next one is sleep. And we should be sleeping every night 7 to 9 hours. I work with babies. I'm sorry I had to do it. So when we sleep, our body repairs itself and regenerates itself. And if we're not getting enough sleep, it can't repair all the damage that's done to it. Little muscle tears we get throughout the day. It can't clean the gut out effectively. So if we're not sleeping and we start to feel pretty bad after that, it's because our body cannot regenerate and repair itself. And these stem cells can't do their activities. And also when fasting is another thing. Intermittent fasting or longer term, day or more of fasting. It's like when you clean your house, when you're sleeping can be compared to when you clean your house. Your body can regenerate and do well, but if you fast, your body can do a deep clean and get rid of a lot of disease-producing things, can clean out your gut, it can clean a lot of different areas and prevent a lot of disease. The last activity is, now we all have this one, stress. Who doesn't have stress? Wow, not one hand, amazing. So if we learn how to manage our stress, and especially nowadays, we have a lot of stressors going on in our lives. Our jobs, even our families who we love can have issues and what have you. So if we can learn to manage our stress, and one of the ways we can do it is self-care. You hear a lot about that nowadays, and we can kind of sometimes wonder if it's not a little bit of a selfish thing, but all of these things I just mentioned are self-care. Getting enough sleep, de-stressing, eating correctly, getting outside and exercising, spending some time to come down from stressful situations. Maybe when you come home from work, you just need a few minutes for yourself before you launch into cooking dinner, doing all these things. Every day we need to take a little time away. And even Jesus did this morning and evening. He would go away and spend time with God and get that connection and regenerate himself. And I want to finish with a verse, 1 Corinthians 6, 19 through 20. It says, "Do you not know that your body is a temple of the Holy Spirit who is in you, whom you have received from God? You are not your own, you are bought as a price. Therefore, honor God with your body." Thank you.